The day began with quiet reverence in the heart of Vatican City. The vast expanse of St. Peter's Basilica stood as a symbol of faith, its towering dome visible from miles away. Inside, the marble floors gleamed under the morning light that streamed through intricate stained glass windows, casting colorful patterns across the hallowed space. Among the congregation that morning was Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, accompanied by her husband, Prince William, and their 3 children. The family had arrived in Rome on a diplomatic visit, part of their broader mission to strengthen cultural ties and advocate for global peace. However, their private stop at the Vatican for a special service with Pope Francis was kept discreet, a personal moment away from the public eye. The Middleton family had always approached religion with respect. As members of the British royal family, they upheld the traditions of the Church of England. However, their faith, while sincere, had always been more formal than personal. This visit to the Vatican was an opportunity for reflection, a rare chance to step away from the demands of royal life and experience a different spiritual tradition. As they entered the basilica, the grandeur of the space enveloped them. The sheer scale of the church, with its soaring ceilings and centuries-old art, was awe-inspiring. The air was heavy with incense, and the soft murmur of prayers echoed through the stone walls. The family took their seats near the front, close to where Pope Francis would soon lead the service. The children, dressed neatly and behaving impeccably, looked around in quiet wonder, their young minds absorbing the sacred beauty of the surroundings. The service began with a procession of priests and choirs, their voices harmonizing in ancient hymns that seemed to lift the spirits of all who heard them. Pope Francis entered, his humble demeanor contrasting with the grandeur of the setting. He moved slowly, his gaze warm and inclusive, blessing those he passed. As the service progressed, the atmosphere inside the basilica seemed to deepen. There was a palpable sense of unity among the congregation, a collective focus on the spiritual rather than the material. The Middletons listened intently to Pope Francis's homily, which centered on themes of compassion, forgiveness, and the transformative power of faith. Midway through the service, something extraordinary occurred. A young boy, seated a few rows behind the Middletons, suddenly cried out. The sound was startling, breaking the quiet rhythm of the prayers. The boy's mother explained in hushed tones that he had been born with a severe physical disability that limited his movement and caused him chronic pain. All eyes turned to Pope Francis as he paused the service and approached the boy. The Pope placed his hands gently on the child's head, his lips moving in a silent prayer. The congregation watched in stunned silence, the air heavy with anticipation. Moments later, the boy's mother gasped. The child, who had struggled to move his limbs independently, began to raise his arms. His expression, once strained, softened into one of pure joy. Tears streamed down his mother's face as she realized what was happening. "He's moving," she whispered, her voice trembling. For the first time, the atmosphere inside the basilica shifted. Gasps and whispers filled the space as those present tried to comprehend what they had just witnessed. The boy's smile radiated through the crowd, a beacon of hope and wonder. Kate and William exchanged a glance, their expressions reflecting a mix of awe and disbelief. The children, too, seemed transfixed, their young faces lit with wonder. This wasn't something they could explain away as coincidence or theatrics. It was something far greater. Pope Francis, ever humble, returned to the altar without acknowledging the stir. For him, such moments were not about spectacle, but about faith. Yet the impact of what had just occurred rippled through the congregation, touching each person in a profound way. As the service concluded, the Middletons stayed seated, their hearts heavy with emotion. Kate held her youngest child close, her thoughts racing. For years, she had relied on tradition and duty to guide her spiritual life. But now, something deeper stirred within her. A longing for a faith that was personal, transformative, and alive. After the service, Pope Francis invited the family for a private audience. In the quiet of his chambers, surrounded by simple decor that reflected his humility, the Pope spoke to them about the nature of faith. He emphasized that true belief was not about rituals or appearances, but about a personal relationship with God. William, who had always approached religion with a pragmatic mindset, found himself deeply moved. The Pope's words resonated with him, breaking through years of reserve and skepticism. Kate, too, felt a shift, a sense that this moment was meant to realign her priorities and deepen her connection to something greater. When the meeting ended, the family emerged from the chambers visibly changed. Their expressions were softer, their movements slower, as if they were carrying the weight of a profound realization. They returned to their hotel in silence, each lost in their thoughts. That night, Kate stayed awake long after the children had fallen asleep. She reflected on the day's events, replaying the moment with the young boy in her mind. It wasn't just the miracle itself that struck her. It was the sense of peace and purpose it seemed to bring to everyone present, including her own family. The next morning, the Middletons attended another private service, this time at a smaller chapel within the Vatican. Here, surrounded by simplicity and quiet, they made a decision that would alter the course of their spiritual lives. Together, as a family, they committed to deepening their faith, not just as a formality, but as a personal and transformative journey. News of the events at the Basilica began to spread, though the Middletons chose to keep their personal experience private. Those who had witnessed the miracle spoke of it with reverence, sharing how it had strengthened their own faith. For many, it was a reminder of the power of belief and the hope it could bring to a fractured world. For Kate and her family, the impact of that day extended far beyond their time at the Vatican. Back in the UK, they quietly integrated their renewed faith into their lives, finding strength and guidance in moments of prayer and reflection. And while they rarely spoke of the events publicly, those close to them noticed a profound shift in their demeanor, a newfound sense of peace and purpose that seemed to radiate from within. Because sometimes, it's not the grandeur of a place or the status of a person that changes lives. It's the quiet moments of grace, the unexplainable miracles, and the gentle reminders of what truly matters. Prince Louis once again charmed the world with his innocent yet impactful actions, reminding everyone of the beauty of kindness, love, and gratitude. The youngest member of the royal family has consistently captured hearts with his unfiltered expressions, lively demeanor, and genuine gestures. This time, it was during the annual Christmas Carol concert organized by his mother, Princess Catherine, at Westminster Abbey. The festive event brought together members of the royal family and notable guests to celebrate the spirit of Christmas. Yet it was young Louis's simple act that left an indelible impression on everyone in attendance. On December 6th, the royal family arrived in high spirits, dressed impeccably for the occasion. Catherine, in her signature elegance, donned a long red coat that exuded festivity and warmth, reflecting the joyous spirit of the event she had painstakingly planned. Walking alongside her were Prince William, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, all dressed in coordinated outfits that complemented the season's hues. Among the family, it was Louis who unintentionally stole the spotlight with his heartfelt gesture that resonated deeply with the audience. The Christmas Carol concert, a yearly tradition launched by Catherine in 2021, was held to honor and celebrate acts of kindness, compassion, and community. As attendees gathered at Westminster Abbey, they were greeted by the majestic kindness tree, a centerpiece adorned with handwritten notes of gratitude. This tree stood not just as a decorative element, but as a symbol of the season's theme, expressing love and thanks. As the youngest member of the family approached the tree, holding his own note, he radiated an innocence and sincerity that immediately drew everyone's attention. What made Louis's gesture even more poignant was the personal nature of his handwritten note. The childlike scrawl and pure simplicity of the message reflected the unfiltered emotions of a 6-year-old. His note read, "Thank you to Grandma and Grandpa because they have played games with me." This touching message was dedicated to Catherine's parents, Carol and Michael Middleton, with whom Louis shares a special bond. The sight of the note, revealed accidentally as Louis approached the kindness tree, brought smiles and even tears to those present. Carol and Michael Middleton have been integral to the upbringing of the Cambridge children, offering unwavering support to their daughter Catherine and son-in-law William. Known for their active involvement in their grandchildren's lives, the Middletons often host sleepovers, accompany the children to school drop-offs, and engage in fun-filled activities that create cherished memories. Videos of Carol and Michael playing games with their grandchildren, including Louis, have surfaced online in the past, showcasing their warm and nurturing relationship. For Lewis, expressing his gratitude through this note was a testament to the love and joy he experiences in their company. The moment Louis placed his note on the kindness tree, his siblings followed suit, adding their own messages of thanks. It was a heartfelt tradition within the concert that underscored the importance of expressing gratitude. The public's reaction to Lewis's note was overwhelmingly positive, with many praising the values instilled in him by his parents. Social media platforms buzzed with reposts of the note, as people celebrated the young prince's thoughtful gesture. Many were inspired to pen their own messages of gratitude to those who had impacted their lives, creating a ripple effect of kindness that extended far beyond the walls of Westminster Abbey. However, Lewis's charm didn't end with his note. Another moment during the evening highlighted his kind-hearted nature and his growing sense of maturity. This involved a surprise ballet performance planned by Catherine as a special treat for her daughter, Charlotte, who is passionate about ballet. Louis, despite knowing about the surprise in advance, managed to keep it a secret, showcasing remarkable restraint for someone his age. When the performance was finally revealed, Charlotte's excitement was palpable. She stood poised like a ballerina, her feet in third position, fully engrossed in the magical moment. For Louis, the joy of seeing his sister so happy was reward enough, a display of sibling love that warmed the hearts of those who noticed. Catherine's presence at the Christmas Carol concert this year carried special significance. The princess had spent much of the year away from public life due to health challenges, including abdominal surgery in January and a subsequent cancer diagnosis. Her journey through preventive chemotherapy and the recovery process had kept her behind closed doors for most of 2024. When she announced in September that she had completed her treatment, it was a moment of relief and celebration for the royal family and the public alike. Her appearance at the concert marked her second public engagement since completing her chemotherapy, a testament to her resilience and dedication to her role as Princess of Wales. During the concert, Catherine addressed the audience with a heartfelt speech that reflected her struggles over the past year, while also emphasizing the importance of love, empathy, and community. She spoke passionately about the light that kindness and compassion bring into our lives, particularly during times of difficulty. Her words resonated deeply with the attendees, as she acknowledged not only her personal challenges, but also the collective hardships faced by so many. She urged everyone to embody the spirit of Christmas by being a source of light and support for one another. The concert itself was a beautiful blend of tradition and modernity. The Westminster Abbey Choir performed timeless carols, filling the grand space with harmonious melodies that evoked the essence of Christmas. Contemporary artists like Paloma Faith and Gregory Porter added a modern touch with their performances, bridging the gap between the old and the new. The inclusion of ballet, featuring students from the Royal Ballet School, brought an element of grace and elegance that left the audience captivated. Prince William, too, played a significant role in the evening, reading a passage from Isaiah that emphasized the importance of hope and light in dark times. His reading, deeply emotional and reflective, aligned with the overarching theme of the concert, finding strength in unity and love. As the evening drew to a close, the lighting of candles by notable attendees became a symbolic gesture of resilience and hope. Among those lighting candles were individuals who had overcome significant challenges, including Lindsay Burrow, the widow of former rugby star Rob Burrow, and Sir Chris, who is battling terminal cancer. Their participation highlighted the concert's message of perseverance and the power of community. Through it all, Lewis's small but meaningful gestures remained the highlight of the evening. His handwritten note, his ability to keep a surprise, and his genuine joy in being with his family served as a reminder of the values that truly matter: love, kindness, and gratitude. The concert, with its blend of heartfelt moments and festive cheer, was a testament to the enduring spirit of Christmas and the importance of coming together to support one another, especially in challenging times. Catherine's dedication to hosting the annual Christmas Carol concert, even amidst personal trials, speaks volumes about her commitment to her role and her family. The event not only celebrated the season, but also honored the unsung heroes who bring light into the lives of others through their actions. As the royal family continues to navigate their unique challenges and responsibilities, Moments like these serve as a reminder of the strength found in unity and the impact of even the smallest acts of kindness.